guys, it is Tanya and welcome back to the channel. Today I am back with another build. What? It's actually a collab video I'm doing and it's not a build. It is a decor battle or a furnish off or whatever you'd like to call it with Coolnickyd here on YouTube. I will put links down below to his video and his channel. We both picked out the same house and we just wanted to see how we would each fix it up slightly and furnish it differently. So I fixed the roofs a little bit on the outside and just, fixed the windows a little bit, but I barely changed the exterior of the house. I just wanted to fix it a little bit to fit what I like, I guess. So pretty much the same house. It's slightly different on the outside. I had a lot of fun with this, and it ends up being a really big house. Like, way bigger than it didn't look that big, but it's a 5-bedroom house. Like, oh my goodness. I was not expecting that, so it was a little bit of a task to go ahead and furnish this. Here I am just placing things around to try and figure out what the rooms are going to be, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's 5 bedrooms. And I think there ends up being 3 bathrooms. 2 are pretty large and one's really small. And I tried to place rooms in the house in places I don't normally place them because I have like a preference of where the kitchen goes and where the living room goes. And I tried to just experiment a little bit today, and I think it was a good idea. I had fun. It's very different than the way I normally furnish, at least in terms of like the floor plan. And I used a lot of stuff from Parenthood here because since it was such a big home, it had 5 bedrooms, I figured it was a family home, and so I went with that. And yeah, so we used a lot of the new Parenthood stuff in this build for sure, and I really enjoy how it came out. It's very different, but I really like it, so I'm fine with it. I wanted to do an island here, and I kind of like how it looks better when it's not actually an island, when it's just like counters, but I wanted it to function and have some seats there, so we went ahead and just had a real island. Which of course, like, why wouldn't I do that? But it took me a while to come up with that idea. And then I kind of wanted to have like a workstation like next to the kitchen. I know we have a table there now, we'll be moving it, but that area kind of ends up being like a office / artsy room for like the parents and kids to work in. Like, I thought it was conveniently placed right next to the kitchen so that like maybe you won't make as much of a mess. I don't know. There's no tile in there like there is in the kitchen. There's wood floors throughout this whole build, but it was an interesting idea for me, so I'm glad I gave it a go because I really do like how it came out in the end. I don't know if we finish off this area right now or if we move along. But anyway, so this, like I said, this build has 5 bedrooms, and so I decorated them as a master bedroom, a spare bedroom, a teenage girl's room, a young girl's room, and twin toddler boys. So there's a lot of variety there. Of course, you can redecorate them any way you want if you go ahead and download this house. And it is available for download on the Sims 4 gallery if you search Gryphi or the hashtag MsGryphi. And all that info will be in the description down below as well. And of course, if you want to download the version that Nick creates, I'm sure he'll have his gallery information on his video, and like I said, the link to that will be in the description down below. I'm really excited to see how he decorated this house because it's just such an empty shell, so it's gonna be so cool to see how 2 different people decorated the same house. And if I remember to grab it, I will grab a screen cap of who created this house and include it right here, so if you guys would like to get the empty shell as well, you can. Of course, it's also, if you see this video or this house up for download on the gallery, it'll tell you that like I wasn't the original person that built the house, that somebody else built it, so that info will be there anyway. But I'll try and grab a screen cap to put up here on the screen so you can see. But anyway, instead of using archways, I just kind of like deleted some walls and put some pillars up. I thought it looked nice. It had the separation I wanted, but also gave a little bit of openness to the floor plan, which is exactly what I wanted. And then I had to go through and change all these door colors because I decided I wanted them to all be white doors, but I made them brown doors to begin with, so I go back and do that at some point in time. And we're just working on this little office-y area some more here. I really want to like have more things like this in in more of my houses. Like, I think it was such a convenient thing to do and a nice place to use those mason jar lights. I feel like this is just like a crafty room, and it was so much fun to build. I want to build more of them. Like, maybe just room builds of crafty rooms. We'll see what happens. But this is a really cute bathroom. It's our yellow and blue bathroom with our whales. I love the new bathtubs we got with Parenthood so much. I basically exclusively use those in builds now because they're the best ones. Because we get so many cool shower curtains. How could I not? Like, they're adorable. They're my favorite. And, like, I'm not a big bathroom builder. Like, I know a lot of people have, like, their favorite room to build in houses, and mine is most definitely kitchens. But I know I've talked to people before, they're like, no, it's bathrooms for me. I think, for Simarky, Stephanie, if you watch her channel, I think, we've had conversations in her live streams before about how she likes bathrooms, and a lot of people agreed with her, and I'm like, no, kitchens is where it's at. So what is everyone else's favorite room to build in houses? Let me know in the comments down below. I'm really interested, because, like, I think it's so weird that, like, a lot of people like bathrooms. Do you like building bathrooms, or do you like building kitchens, or is it something different entirely? Like, maybe, like, bedrooms, because there's so much diversity in what you could be building, because there's all kinds of different types of Sims. Like, I can understand that for sure. I'm not really sure why people like bathrooms so much. That confuses me a little bit. But, you know, that's fine. I really liked the bathroom in this house, so I guess I can excuse it for that purpose. Like, I think that came out pretty well. But anyway, we're working on the dining room here. And, yeah, it's really basic. It has a white table and chairs. Nothing too crazy. But I feel like dining rooms are never my strong suit, because growing up I didn't have one. Well, I did, but my parents got rid of it. We had one, and then I don't remember when we got rid of it, but it became a fish room. I think I've told this story before, but if I did, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna tell it again. It became a fish room because we had so many pets growing up that, like, we needed to dedicate a room to all the fish tanks. So we had a fish room. It was just fish tanks and a chair and, like, plants and guitars. My dad had tons of guitars, so they were all in the corner in all his cases, and his saxophone and all kinds of stuff like that. So I don't have, like, good things to reference off. Of course, like, I can look at pictures online, and I do sometimes, but, like, I prefer building, like, just from what I think a dining room should look like. And then I lived with my grandma for a while, and her dining room, it has had the same furniture in it since, like, the 70s, and has peeling wallpaper, and has so much clutter and junk all over it all the time, and always has. Like, so I feel like I just don't have good references from real life. So dining rooms are always a little bit difficult for me. I'm like, what do I put in here? Like, do I just stick plants in every corner? Is that how you decorate a dining room? I'm not sure. So that's why I have so much difficulty with dining rooms. But yeah, this is our living room. It's fairly simple. It ends up being brown and green, which kind of sounds like a gross color. It sounds like poop. But I actually really like how it came out. And this actually, I guess the color scheme reminds me a little bit of the living room I had growing up, because we had green, like, dark green couches. We didn't have, like, colored walls or anything. They were all white. But we did have dark green couches, which, I don't know. I just thought that carried over well. And they kind of remind me of these couches, except they didn't have wooden arms. They were all, like, the same color. And they were, like, more textured. They were kind of ugly, honestly, but they were my childhood couches. I'd curl up on the couch with my Rottweilers. It was a wonderful time. But I don't know. I just feel like that's a good color scheme for a living room, since that's what I had. I really like it. In here we add the elephant shower, because, like I said, that's a very important shower item to have. Those are the best showers that exist, and I don't think I've ever used the elephants or the whales. And I was like, I made this like a super family friendly house. We're going to use both of them in this house because I think it's incredibly important to do so. So that's what we went ahead and did. I think that bathroom came out pretty well. I actually had to take a break from the recording just there because all of a sudden I heard a really loud noise, and my cat had gotten on top of my fridge and was trying to get inside one of those like really big mixers. What are they called? Like, I always want to call them industrial, but they're totally not. They're big and metal, and they like have like a bowl that goes with them. He was trying to get inside of that. And I have a 16-pound cat, and so that wasn't going to work. And plus, I wouldn't want him to get inside a mixer anyway. So I had to go deal with that. But I'm back now. And you wouldn't have noticed an interruption, but I felt compelled to tell you for some reason. So my animals are always disrupting my recording. Usually it's my rabbit, but today it's my cat. So fun times. Anyway, this is the teenage girls room I built, and I really like the color scheme. I think purple and yellow go together really nicely. I don't usually use this bed. I've used it only a couple times, and everyone's like, use it more. But I personally, for one, absolutely hate the texture on the comforter. It just looks like giant, like, knitting, and I like knitted scarves, but, like, I don't want a giant knitted, like, comforter. I think that looks horrible. But I'm ignoring it and enjoying the colors and enjoying the fact that it has the tall banisters on the ends and like the curtains. I just think it's a nice bed. So we're going to ignore the texture and just enjoy it. So that was the teenage girls room, and then this is the master bedroom. I kind of modeled this after like what my parents had growing up. Like very matchy, kind of like boring colors, but like it looks really nice in the end, I think. So matching bedside tables with matching lamps. We put these ones instead, like a fake plant in the corner, and then we have a matching dresser over here with a mirror over it, and they didn't have a vanity, but I thought that was a nice thing to add since we have it in the Sims. And a rug, which I believe we used that one from Fitness Stuff. And then over here, this is probably my favorite room, is we made a little girls room, and I combined a bookcase and a bed to make like a really cool corner over here, and I like how it came out. I thought it was really fun. And so both of the girls rooms kind of have a purple theme, but this one's more purple and blue, so I think it was okay to go ahead and have different colors, and it's like half white. I don't know, I have trouble combining colors if one of them isn't just like plain white walls, because I feel like I really like accent walls, but most of the time they only work well if everything else is white walls, but not always. I don't know, I have a little bit of an issue with it sometimes. But we combine a desk and some bookcases over here as well, and put up a corkboard and some pictures on the walls for this little studying girl, or boy. It could be either. But I just kind of envisioned like a middle school girl for this room, but you can put whoever you want in here. I really like that. And then this ends up being a little toddler boy room. There's not much in here because it's a very like weird shaped room, and I wanted to put a toddler boy, but I thought it was too big for one bed, so I put two. I think all that's in here is like maybe a couple toys and a lamp. I'm not even sure. Did I put toys? I must have. Oh, I put okay, there's a toy box. Put up some curtains. Nothing too crazy in there. And then we're going into the spare bedroom now, which is just like really basic. It ends up being this gray bed and having like some basic furnishings, like what you'd have in a spare room. Like, is somebody's gonna stay in here if they come stay at your house? But of course you can refurnish these. Maybe you have enough children to use all the bedrooms. Maybe you need to split them off into smaller rooms, or more people need to share rooms. Whatever works for you guys in this. So yeah. Anyway, we're coming to the end of the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please go look at Nick's video and channel in the description down below, and let me know what you think of this, and download it if you'd like. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all next time. Bye everybody.